Hey guys, it's Kiki, and it's another 100 Days of Making Comics Challenge video. This challenge was created by Kevin Cross here on YouTube. You can see a link to his channel, his first foray into the challenge, and the Facebook group down in the description below. This challenge essentially is for 100 days consecutively, no skipped days. You work a minimum of 30 minutes a day on your personal comic project, and then you make a social media post of some kind, showing what you worked on that day, keeping you honest. I do videos. And yeah, so this is my day 25, quarter of the way through. Woohoo! Yeah, so yesterday I said I wasn't happy with the sketches and I was probably going to redo them. And then but I'd also said in the same damn video that these were messy sketches that I was just trying to get down the kind of basic look. And so I don't know why I was obsessing about it. And I realized I had down enough what I wanted that I was ready to move on to the final sketches of the characters. So that's what I'm starting on today. And I said that I was going to do those on Bristol. And so this one I'm working on is my brother Ryan. And yeah, I'm still kind of working through the medium. That's essentially what I did for my 30 minutes, and I did the minimum because it is a work night. Work morning. Essentially, I did this sketch. Sorry, Cap's doing something. I did this sketch, and I also kind of was working through what I want to do medium-wise. Essentially, what I'm working on right now, or the thought I'm working on right now, is putting down the flat colors with markers and then using color pencils to add any kind of shift or shading or whatever the case may be. And yeah, I'm liking the idea, but I'm not really liking the color pencils that I'm using. You've probably seen them kind of peripherally in other videos and stuff. They're a really cheap oil-based color pencils that someone gave me because I typically use wax-based, specifically Prismacolors. I like the softness of the lead, but I don't have access to micro Prismacolors right now. As I said previously, my art supplies are kind of all over my house. My house is in just total disarray. One of the worst parts for my depression is the fact that maintaining things is a huge struggle. I mean, sometimes just getting out of bed to shower is the biggest struggle of the day. And so maintaining my house is not really a priority most of the time. Most of the time it's just trying to exist. And so when I go through really bad times, my house kind of goes to hell. And so a lot of art supplies, as I'd said previously, I'd had a bit of a flood in my house, and so things kind of got shoved in places, and so I need to go through my whole house and put it back together and get all my art supplies gathered and get my studio set back up completely. Because right now the only part that's kind of set up is my one drafting table. Yeah, so it's actually like Saturday morning. Essentially what I do on my work days, because since I work so late at night, I come home from work and I take a nap for a few hours, and then I get up and do comic work and do my video, and then go back to bed for the rest of the night until, I have to get up and, work and stuff like that. I overslept. I usually get up about 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning and work on comic stuff. Woke up at 6:30, and so, yeah, it's after 9 right now, so I'm gonna finish this video and then take probably another little bit of a nap before going back to work. And yeah, but this is my last day before my vacation. Whoo, I'm so excited. But one of the main reasons I took this vacation was to get my house put to rights and get all my art supplies together. And yeah, so hopefully this coming week I'll find my Prismacolors so I can see if that makes a difference in how, because I don't hate how this turned out, but I'm not in love with it either. So I'm wondering if the Prismacolor or using my Prismas will make me hate it less. Also, we'll hopefully find my elusive watercolors that I've been looking for weeks. That is driving me up the damn wall. I don't know where the hell they are, but I actually found, I have 2 sets. I have a tube set and a tray set and a pan set. And I found the tube set. They had completely turned into rocks inside their tubes and couldn't get anything out. So, wasn't going to work. Yeah. Anyway, I think that's... Oh, one thing I did want to kind of talk about was, and you can kind of see it in this video, is how I color. Or how I typically color. I've kind of, as I've said multiple times, it has been a hot minute since I've actually drawn. And I'd kind of like forgotten how I did things. Like I was kind of having to, my brain be like, oh yeah, this is how I do this. And one of the things, I want to say it was Saphira Lou recently did a video where she talked about this as well. I tend to not use, like if I'm coloring something that's brown, I'm not going to use darker browns to shade that. I usually use like complementary color or something along those lines. Though I typically use blues and purples rather than that spectrum for shading. But like if I'm, like in this picture of my brother, he's got very pale skin. He's got on khaki pants and he's got on a blue and green shirt. And so, part of the reason I am using like a color that's like a darker version of for the khaki I'm using a brown, and for the blue and green I use a darker blue and green. And I think it's just because these color pencils, I'm going to try something differently once I get my Prismas. But if you notice, after I put in the initial similar color pencil on there, I'm using a complementary color-ish to do the darker shading. So like for the khaki I use kind of a blue as well as for the skin, and then for the blue and green I used a like orange red for the shadows. I think I like the way it looks. I think it looks better. I think it adds a bit of pop that you don't see if you're using just the same colors. I'm going to link either in a little bubble thing in the top, or I probably do both, the little info corner thing, and also a link in the description to Saphira Lou's video where she talked about it a little more succinctly. Essentially talking about color theory and all that stuff. That lovely thing I had to do in college. Anyway, so I'm going to end this video now, and I'm going to go to bed. And then work one more day, and then I don't have to go to work for a week. And I can do comics, and I can get so much work done. That's the plan. I'll see you tomorrow. Laters.